I have always been a go-getter, a dream chaser, but it occurred to me after I realized that I'm autistic that pushing and pushing towards success is a trauma response and masking. Many things are both, so I'll just tie them together. I learned to override and ignore my natural energy levels because I was trying to keep up with neurotypical expectations. But because I also have a history of trauma, the trauma also caused me to disconnect from my own body and feelings. Also, as a result of trauma, I grew up believing that struggle equaled worth. I internalized the very flawed idea that I have to earn my right to exist through achievements, productivity, and resilience, which also made me feel like life is supposed to be exhausting. If it's not exhausting, then I ain't doing it right. And on top of all of that, when I slowed down, I would notice that my anxiety would increase. I didn't realize that I was using productivity as a way to avoid facing my own emotions. Slowing down also meant that now I could really feel when I was overstimulated. And again, I didn't know what to do with that information. Also, my whole life I've spent looking up to other people to tell me how I should act. Usually these are people who I really admired. And the thing they often had in common is that they just seemed to be constantly working. So I used working hard constantly as a way to fit in. I didn't realize that when I use other people as a model for my own life, I'm only getting part of the picture. And lastly, I often confused endurance with identity. I started to believe that my resilience and ability to push through a mountain of shit was just who I am. So the idea of ease and softness and rest meant being something that I'm not. Needless to say, all of this was killing me softly, or hardly. No, not hardly, softly. You know what I'm saying. So here's what I do now instead. I make stillness my default, and then if I feel a burst of energy, I work with that. I recognize when I feel overstimulated and exhausted, and I sit the hell down. I try to take micro steps. Instead of looking at the end, I look at what can I do next, and I focus on that. I've been working really hard to redefine success, even though I will admit that this one is a struggle for me. I am reframing success to not be, ooh, all of my dreams have come true. I'm reframing it to be, I rested today. I experienced joy and happiness today. I listened to my nervous system. And because I'm so tuned into my nervous system, it's much easier for me to recognize if I'm in fight or flight or if I'm in flow. And if I am in fight or flight, I turn to the tools in the Soft app to help me with my nervous system. This is not a plug. I made the tools for myself and then shared them with everybody else. And if I'm in flow, then I go with the flow. When I have a day where I can tell my body wants rest, I think of that as a slingshot day because sometimes you're pulled back so that you can shoot forward. So if it's a pullback day or a pullback week, then so be it. I accept. I don't spend a lot of time with the type who tells me I'm lazy or I need to do more. I've never been motivated by being shamed. Instead, I spend my days with people who are validating and I validate them too. People who can respect my energy levels because it's not a game. Either you respect your energy levels or your body gonna disrespect you. Every Tuesday and Thursday in the Soft app, I drop a series of questions. And one of those questions today was, what's something that you thought was a personality trait but later realized was actually trauma or masking? So this is my answer to that question. And if you would like to answer, drop your answer in the comments or visit Soft. Okay, love you, bye.